Okay, let me just make sure the sound's working. It's working? Good. Alright, so here I come. You guys have waited for over a week for the look. And I have to tell you, I am just as excited and just as nervous as you. Isn't this interesting? You're probably saying to yourself, why the hell are you nervous? Is this the first time you've ever been on the camera? No, this is the first time I've been on camera at this. So, yes, I am nervous. I am nervous because I don't want to mess up. Just as nervous as you. And I've been looking forward to this now for a long time. What is that, you ask? Well, we all know that Michelle and I are very different in so many ways. And one of the biggest problems is of course, this is not real hair, so my scalp gets a little itchy. But that's okay. We'll work it out. So today I thought we would take some time to get to know the person behind the microphone. The voice, the person that you hear but never actually got to see, is Michelle sees me. And so when I said to Michelle, I want it to be autonomous, admit that I want it to be me and be who I am. And Michelle said, hey, that's not a half-assed bad idea. Well, Ruben, I appreciate that, but it definitely gets nervousing. There's so many things that can go wrong easily because of the fact that I have never done this much preparation. When Michelle just basically plops her big fanny in a chair and she just basically starts talking, and most people know that. But me, it's like normally I do the same thing. But I want to redo the way I carry myself. Because I wanted people to get to know me, the voice. Then I can see the face. I already was working on the trailer for the channel. Michelle and I were working on some optical effects to see if we could come up with a trailer that was really cool. And but we wanted to wait until the live show before we changed the thumbnail or create a trailer for the channel. Now my channel is going to be different than Michelle's because we have different ideas of where we want to go. One of the things Michelle's channel does is she's always focusing on things like news, and which is fine. But the problem with the news is that it gets boring really quick. And also something that Michelle's channel has that she personally did not really want to have to cope with too much is there's a lot of outside drama that was being brought into the channel. And my channel, I don't want the drama. I don't want it. I refuse to have the drama become a major part of the show. I want to focus on the things that I love to do. And I love to focus on spirituality and faith systems. And just being generally a good person. And one of the other things is that you guys don't really know me as the person. You know me as the voice. You don't know me as the person. So now I get a chance to see given modern technologies. Well, thank you very much, JZ. I appreciate that. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be natural because there's no reason not to be. There's no reason not to be. Now, on my Discord channel right now, I do have one, but it's very small. And right now is very, very basic. Just a couple friends talking, that's it, all I have. But one of the things that I want to do is, because I want to become autonomous of Michelle, is I want to develop my own clientele, my own audience, my own topics. And that's going to be important to have my own identity. Because if I have to, always be in the shadow of Michelle, everybody's going to say, what's so special about you? You're just a voice. Even our heroines, Abigail and Brittany Hensel, at least have two heads on one neck. I don't have my own head on Michelle's neck. And because of that, and because of the fact is that she's getting all of the recognition, and I want to get some, and Michelle and I agreed. It would be good if I can get my own channel up to speed. And my channel, I've had this channel since around 2013. And it has been pretty low-key for a long, long time. And I want to grow this channel, and I want to make it better, and I want to make more content. But there are some things I've also learned is the kind of content that I want to focus on is not going to be the kind of content that is going to seriously make a channel go viral. I understand that. There's no way I can get people to want to sit through spirituality topics day in and day out, and then it's going to would be very difficult to do that. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to. It just means it's probably how it's going to go. Okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely can be. I can bring the camera closer. That's not a problem. In fact, let me do that. Just gotta watch out for the microphone cord here. Let me bring this closer. Michelle said to me, the best way to do it is either A, you can try sliding the camera forward, or, which is the easiest way, or if you're really concerned, make sure the focus is good, because there's a loose connection in here. Alright, is that in there now? Yeah, there's a loose connection. Oh, no. I don't want to lose the video. That would be really bad. Let me make sure the video didn't get lost. Okay, great. Okay, good. Alright, so that's good. Because one of the things that this camera is get a loose connection in the connector was one of the things that we were going to fix. We have the part we're going to order from the China for it, but we didn't. Of course, that's not focused. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. Well, at least I'm coming into the shot now. Sadly, I'm stuck working in a parking lot project. Well, dirty jobs are everywhere. That's what Michelle says, right? Dirty jobs are everywhere. Yeah, I gotta move the camera a little bit more to the or it would be easier for me to move me. Move the camera a little bit this way. Alright, so let me move the camera just a tiny bit this way. Gotta be careful not to knock the video out or rip the microphone cord out of me. And one minute, let me focus this a bit better. Oh my God. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay. And Michelle said to me, I said to Michelle, I said, how am I supposed to wear this microphone back cord? She said, because there's no belt on this top. And she said, just clip it to your panties. It's the easiest way. Otherwise, you're going to be dragging that wire all over the house. And I was like, oh, I don't want to drag this wire all over the house. No. Is this for real? No, it's some giant futuristic space drama you're watching. Yes, it's for real. Jeez. Toy Tiger says, no, I mean, I'm designing a parking lot. Gotta fit 344 parking spaces and a specific space, including 18 handicap spaces with X amount of space for traffic and shopping carts. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work to do that. It's like almost as much work that goes into making this show. Yes, I'm reading up. Yep. Answer. Well, Michelle, right now it's not available to answer you, Stacy. She says, can you read up at my comment above? Okay. You just sent me that. Okay, so where is it here? My dad is an engineer and turner. What's a turner? Asphalt paver? Probably. Sound like an asphalt paver. Oh, CNC turner. You mean machinist? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what a machinist is. So, oh, it's about Rachella. Up further? Okay. Let's see. Can you clear something? This is for Michelle. But Michelle's not here right now. I can answer this, but so Lumi, can you clear something? Who did you speak to first in Rachella was your friend and on Discord before me? Michelle and I met you after we met Rachella. We met Rachella originally as an individual who came onto Michelle's YouTube channel as a sub. Michelle did not even know that she was a mod for Tommy Tudor's channel, for example, until afterwards. And then when she met Rachella, and then Rachella told her about what Tommy, because she saw Michelle on Tommy Tudor's channel, and we see we got some video issues. Oh God, no. Let me check those cords here. Stupid thing is, yeah, you want it. I'm probably gonna end up sitting over at the other desk. Let's see. It doesn't look like there's any loose wires. Oh dear God, there is a connection that's loose. Oh wait a minute. You're gonna probably lose some video. Ow. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm sitting on the cord. Alright. I'm gonna have to just pray to God that's right, as I can't change anything now. Except to go over here. Yeah, okay, it's live. Alright. So yes, Michelle met Rachel before she met Stacy. And then Stacy later joined Michelle's channel after she was, Rachel was already working with Michelle. The video is just gone pear-shaped, it looked like. Is it live? see you later. Join Michelle's channel after she was, Rachel was already working with Michelle. We're live now. Okay. The video is just gone pear-shaped, it looks like. Okay, so that's the answer to that. So, no problem. This is going a bit far. What do you mean by that, Hazy Davey? You mean the video? The video constantly going in and out like that? Yeah, there's something wrong with the cord, I think. Is it still stream? No, well, let's video over there too. So let me check this. And if worse comes worse, if I have to, I will go over to the other desk. And kids, we lost our video signal. I got it. Where is Michelle when I need her? Alright, Michelle, how in the fuck do you fix this? Earth to Michelle! Put the playback in the hole. Oh, but I'm getting I know, I see that. Okay, unplug for a second. Okay, play it back in. Is that in? I think it's working now. Now you just check the other cable here. Okay, sync. Okay, it's syncing. Okay, thanks. Watch over the microphone cord, because otherwise you'll rip that out too. Oh, yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, alright, so we figured it out for now. It was just a dodgy plug. Oh, and Michelle has got to get a new plug for this. And so we will get that. Thanks. Watch over the Okay, so yes, and by the way, Hazy Davey, this is real. 100%. I absolutely am 100% real. The video back now. Right, got it. Alright. So video back, stop messing with it. Okay, we'll see what happens. Welcome to live TV, guys. When everything can go wrong, will go wrong, and in the worst possible sequence, it can go wrong. Yeah, that's the way it is when you're doing live shows. It's too easy for something to go wrong. And of course, I'm already nervous enough. Really, I am nervous enough. I'm really looking forward to everything going well. Alright, so let's get about what the content will be for my channel, and we can certainly start talking about this. Let's talk about me. Video or not. Video's working, so let's just knock on wood right now. My name is Lumi and Finistra. That is not my native name. Originally, my family was originally from Sweden. Okay, I was born in 1835. Okay, my name then was Lorena, believe it or not, which is the real name. Unlike Quincy Report told you, that is my real name. I mean, that is also real. But my last name was not Fishburne, it was Finistra. Okay, and my family, my father's name is Herman. He moved to Compi when I was about 7 years old. So you add 1835, add 7 to that, and you get 1842. 1842, ironically enough, the people of Finland were suffering a pretty bad drought, and they were having a real shortage of food. It was also a great time of great turmoil, because the fact is that Finland was a duchy of Sweden. That's something most people don't realize. But eventually the Finns wanted to become independent of the Swedes. So after I died in 1911, they had the let's see, what was that war called? It was right during World War II, and it was right before World War I. I'm sorry, and it was called the Winter War. And the Winter War was just like it sounded like, happening in the wintertime. The forces of Finland were fighting against the forces of Russia, which at that time had taken control of Finland. So Finland has always been kind of a disputed territory between Sweden and Russia. And then 1911, Finland finally received its own independence and has been independent since. Finland is part of the European Union. It actually had its own money prior to that called the marka. I guess you can think of the word mark up, although it's actually spelled marka, M-A-R-K-A, marka, was the Finnish money. Finland had obviously grown a bit since its initial founding. The people of Finland don't call themselves natively Finns. They call themselves Sami. S-A-M-M-I. Individuals call themselves Samu. And they are actually, it's part of a Uralic, Finnish Uralic is a language dialect. They are not Scandinavian, but they're in Scandinavia. But Finland is not Scandinavia, which includes Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. You could say that with the Russo-Uralic language, there was absolutely a completely different way of thinking. The dialects are completely different. And the next Skynet, that's me. No, that's me. Hair clips, something to keep. Oh, I do have that. I do have hairspray, and then I did spray some on here earlier. But I actually, it's not the maximum strength because I don't really. This is max hold. Okay, but I don't have to take it with a grain of salt. This is. I do have. I think we do have some hair clips in here. Scott, okay. Let's see. Where are we now? Okay, let me just get caught up here in the comments since I'm falling behind here. What happened in Norway? Yes, Norway still indeed was also founded in 1917, and it left Sweden as well. Did you know that? Norway actually was one time part of Sweden as well. Most people didn't realize that. Around 1916-17, the people of Norway received their own independence from Sweden. So Sweden used to be this huge territory that was between Sweden and Denmark. Sweden and Denmark tended to kind of pick on each other. They used to do it for fun, mostly for territory. But Norway left in 1917, and Finland left in 1911 during the Winter War. That's a very interesting fact, that there was a lot of crossover. Let's see. Okay. It says, need some hair clips or something to keep your hair away from your eyes and face. Yeah, I agree with you. So yes, Skynet, that's me. What happened to Norway? I just answered that. Toy Talker says, Scott Stacy's, my son is actually in Scotland now. Though he's in London, heading to Scotland. He has stops in York, Brighton, Glasgow, then heading to the Inner Hebridean Isles. Martin Roberts, the wig is falling off her head. No, it's not. It's not falling off my head. Yet. I hope. It's not. No, it's not. Okay, So Michelle is trying not to move her head. Well, no, because I'm just trying to actually read the phone too. I'm also a nervous wreck because it's like everything is like this is all new and I want to get this right. And so we are going to be working on trying to get things. Besides, I don't like to move my head mode too anyway, because between reading the comments and trying to get acclimated to this and everything, it's taking me a lot longer than I'm used to. So, well, we will master this, I promise you. Michelle has always gotten lucky as her real hair is just got the same problem that this hairpiece does, except that she has a higher brow, and so she was able, in her case, she can just take her hair elastic and put her hair back. I wonder if that would work with me. I'll try that next time. I'll see if Michelle's headband works better on the wig next time. So Michelle and I actually also asked each other, what would happen if you really did your hair this style? And she says, then I would have the opposite problem. Then I would be the one that has to find a way to be make myself autonomously different, because everybody would think I'm you. That's the problem. Like, pick one or the other. You can have either A, look like me, B, look like Michelle, but B, C, or you could be as lucky as Abigail and Brittany Hensel and have two heads and one neck. These two conjoined sisters are in many ways are a role model. If you think about it, the fact is that the two sisters have worked together. They have to work together as a team to do everything from walking to typing to maintaining her hair and their look and their appearance. It's a challenge to imagine being a conjoined twin. But the thing here is, this is so new and so much of a thing where I'm getting used to being this instead of being like I was when Michelle, and I can see my hair looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't actually think it's anything wrong with it. It's just I'm just trying to get myself used to everything that I'm seeing around here. I see a comment. Where did it go? Okay, here it goes. Let's see. Okay, show comment. Did you die to come mopped up? No. Yeah, my eyesight, of course, we share the same eyeballs, so yeah, my eyesight is just as shitty as Michelle's. That's not going to change. Michelle's shitty eyes are what I look through. Mostly I look through more of Michelle's right eye, which kind of sucks because her right eye is all fucked up more than her left eye is. But then we have to carry ourselves in a leg that's kind of fucked up too. You actually try walking around here. People don't realize it. It's Michelle apparently had broken her foot one time, or her ankle anyway, or both. And when she skidded on ice, and it healed, but it healed wrong. And so what happened was, oh dear. Somebody sent me a message here. Let's see. I can't take it anymore. Huh. What she means by that? Oh, I'll have to look at this in a little bit. I don't have time. So yeah. So anyway, what happens is people ask if Michelle has vertigo. No, Michelle doesn't have vertigo, but she does have bad balance. But with the situation with the hip and the leg and the foot, especially it's the foot apparently, Michelle can walk for a while, and then the foot really hurts really bad, and then the leg slowly creeps its way up to the leg and the muscles in the leg. And then all of a sudden, Michelle's trying to compensate for that. And then her hip starts to hurt. And that's when Michelle basically has to stop, because she has to sit down for at least a few minutes. Some say it's karma. I just say it's just, just getting, the fact that her foot got damaged, and then carried on and made things worse. Michelle really wonders if it would make sense to have her doctor make a referral to her to see an orthopedic surgeon and have them do some x-rays and possibly rebuild the foot or wherever the damage is so that she can basically walk around better. And I think that would be fantastic. Michelle's got an upcoming doctor's appointment on the 24th or 25th, I think, of June. So she's going to go ahead and contact her doctor and see if the doctor could probably give her a referral to an orthopedic doctor. You have, okay, badly, not bad, badly, okay. Yeah, the point is that Michelle is making every effort possible to keep plugging on, and this body, which is our vessel, our vehicle, our 4x4, our car, our family car, this body, of course, carries 2 passengers, has to be able to go from 0 to 4 in less than 5 seconds, which is really not so hard to do. But then when the foot starts to cause the leg to hurt, lower leg to hurt, and then that on the left leg, and then that carries through to the hip. By that time, especially if it's a lot of walking, then it's almost like the scene from Futurama where the head of Howard Cosell says, "And like the Dixie Chicks in the transport accident," and then they say, "They're in terrible pain." Oh, yeah, tell me about pain. You want to walk around for about 15, 20 minutes on a leg that hurts. When it starts out small, again it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's basically when it's either lay down, sit down, or you're going to fall down. So, Michelle and I have been trying to find ways to improve the leg and things like that. That's what we're trying to do. We're staying active as much as we can. Michelle has been working on, along with me, is to improve our way we carry ourselves. And that's something that's a challenge because, Michelle does have bad eyesight. Michelle does have bad hearing. I got bad hearing. I got the bad eyesight because I share her senses. So every time something goes wrong, it takes us down for the count. And that leg, I think, is probably the worst thing. It always has been more of a problem. Michelle's eyesight, of course, is not as good. We already know that, because if Michelle's eyesight was good, she'd be able to look at the screen really far away. Sing a song. Really? Let's see. Well, how about a little bit about the song we did from Margaritaville? Let's see. I'm trying to think of it. What's the beginning of it go? Let's see. Eating a crumb cake, watching the sun bake. Okay. Eating a crumb cake, watching the sun bake. Tourist covered with oil. Strumming my 6-string on my porch swing. Shrimp is starting to boil. Okay, now I'm trying to memorize the words of the song. So, but here's what me and Michelle keep singing over and over again. Someone say woman's to blame, but it's my own damn fault. Oh, how does that go? Let's see. Okay. Okay, goes something like searching for a last sacred assault. Some say a woman's to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. That's how the Cougars go. Wasting away in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost sacred salt. Some say a woman this, woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Took me a while to figure that. Singing in the rain. Yeah, well, let's see. Well, we're not really singers, but you know, if people like it, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I just some people claim that there's women to blame, but I know it's my own. IQ for correction. I appreciate that. That was right. I know it's my own damn fault. All right, so me and Michelle practiced that song, and we're going to be doing a video together using some opticals, where you're going to see both of us sitting on the couch together and singing while we're looking at each other. And it's going to be a really hard shot, because the fact is, not only do we have to record the video, let's see how it's going to go. We're going to have to record the video in 2 parts. The problem is there is no green screen in here that Michelle can cover the couch with. Oh, yes, she does. Sort of. We'll figure it out. Until we can get Michelle in here, gotta set the light right, gotta get me right, and we're gonna try to get a combined shot. We also would like to redo a very famous Kohler faucet commercial. If you remember the original commercial, okay, this husband and wife go into this architect's office. This architect is talking about all his achievements, all of his designs. And he says, or if he sits down at the couch behind his desk, he says, "So what can I design for you?" And she pulls out of her purse a faucet. And she says, "Design a house around this." And he's looking at the faucet to see what he can come up with for housing idea. And that's what the commercial ends. We have our own idea for a commercial parody of that. And it's going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. And it's going to be interesting because we have never done that before either. Okay. He's got to get you a new background. Oh yeah, well, backgrounds, if we used the green screen in the other room, we got backgrounds. There's no problem with that. It's just that it's just a comfortable room. You know, it's just like, you know, it's you know, it's been a major set for years, and we can do the green screen and stuff in the other room, but the couch has its own reason why we like being here. First of all, it's cozy. It's not too hardcore where it's sterile and, you know, like seeing me at the desk. Yes, for some things the desk makes sense, right? You know, you see me at the table, like if I'm a news anchor, and you see me at the table, and then you go, oh, okay. So they're sitting at the table, and Lumi's got the equivalent of the phone in her hand or a tablet, and that's something we are going to be buying. Somebody asked me, I think it was Toy Talker, one time he said to Michelle, he says, "I thought you guys weren't going to buy a tablet. I thought you were just not going to buy any electronics." And Michelle said, "Oh, well, a tablet is already in our list." Oh, wait, I said that, I think. I think I said it, or Michelle did. I don't remember who said it. The point was we are going to get a tablet. Because right now I'm looking at your questions on this phone, and it takes me a while to read through them because I have to get caught up here. Whoa, what's this? Did I say I was going to kill myself? Not recently, I don't think she said it. We gotta get you a new background. This can't be healthy, can it? It isn't that hard. My son has... Yeah, we have the software that does the setup. That's not a problem. It's what Stacy said that I don't quite get. Okay, yeah. Michelle did say something about that. Yes, because you have to understand that me and Michelle are a married couple, and Michelle has so much spiritual love invested into the marriage, and because of the spiritual love, and because of the special union, Michelle would be truly devastated if I ever left. I have no intention to leave Michelle because Michelle is everything to me as well. But so many people had said to me is, "Oh, we don't think you're really important. We think you're just a waste of Michelle's life. You're a bad influence. You do nothing positive for Michelle." I'm gonna tell you something. I see Michelle's MGAF where it was like less than 25, and she went to an MGAF of 50. Now, for those of you who don't know what an MGAF is, it's a guideline of how capable a person is. It was originally works when they're in the DSM-4. So Michelle improved her life a lot. And I'm not taking phone calls. Thank you. I have no idea who 318-2918 is, but I'm not taking phone calls right now. So Stacy's talking about, I think, in Twilight Zone. I'm in an age when we are always getting the next thing. This bear is in being a... If you left me. Oh, if you left me. Okay. I like the couch. It's better than just seeing the top of your head. Well, yeah, we try to come up with a good lighting and angle and view that's more cohesive. And I wanted to get more of the room. The reason why the problem is the lenses we have two lenses. One is a 25 millimeter, and the other one is the 6 to 12 millimeter varifocal. If we put the 12 millimeter in, which we got now, that's a CS mount lens or C mount lens, you can get the shot here. We brought the camera closer to us so you could see me. If we use the 25 millimeter to get the same shot, we would have to put the camera all the way in the bedroom because it's a 25 millimeter C mount lens. And so Michelle tried to find a zoom, and she did find one that could do some zooming from about 15 millimeter to 20, or a minimum of 20 millimeter to 80 millimeter zoom. The thing is so friggin' heavy that we're concerned and very expensive because it's a Sony TV lens that we're afraid that if that thing might break the metal mount on the camera. But it doesn't. But it is certainly really heavy. Okay, so we can put this on this camera, and then we can do the zoom in and zoom out effect, which is great. But it's just a lot of additional weight to add to it. Can we see your feet in the shot? What? Why would you want to see my feet? Why would you want to see my feet? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, my feet are, let's see, where am I? Okay, you can see my, over here, but you can't really see below that. For most people, this is more than fine. And we don't really want to change the camera because if we do, we're afraid it's going to mess up the video. And so right now it's working and we want to leave it where it is. It's just like Rumpel Peel's rotisserie grill. Set it and forget it. You don't mess the camera up when it's recording because if you do, if something goes wrong, the encoder gets confused, all of a sudden we're knocked off the air and there's going to be tears and lots of gnashing of teeth and very miserable people. You really want to see feet. No, maybe not. That would not be a good idea. No, then you see more than feet. But the thing is that's the reason we do the things we do, you know. And yes. Yeah, seriously. One of the things that Dory kept asking Michelle to do is rub her feet because her feet gets itchy, and Michelle's like, why does feet get itchy? And she says, I don't know. And then she's got, you know, all these calluses on her feet. It's like, Michelle's like, well, how do you get so many calluses on your feet? And she's like, I don't know. I said, you do walk, but your feet are so dry. And she said, well, I don't have enough moisturizer for my feet. Michelle said, oh, that's what you need. You need moisturizer because your feet are too dry. That's why your skin is flaking off. It's because your poor feet are not being a good proper pedicure. You need to get your feet properly cleaned up, and then you would look great. Dory's been trying really hard to look better on the show, and I gotta figure a way to fix this in the future. Well, I will work on it. I think the worst thing is when my scalp starts itching. That's really the worst thing about the whole thing. Is when my scalp starts itching, it's like, oh, forget it. You are so screwed. What is the biggest problem is when my scalp starts itching, and you're wearing this, and you want to go, take the fucking thing off, please. Let me breathe. It's actually the wig cap that does it. Actually, there's a wig cap underneath, and then there's this wig on the top of the wig cap, and then you got these hot studio lights. These are 600 watts of heat coming straight at you, and you're like, oh my god, you know. It's like, where is the refrigeration unit when you need it? This place gets hot, but we are still working on making a good content. And right now, it doesn't help any that this landlord, even though it's after April 15th, April 15th, he's like, I don't have to turn the heat on anymore. Connecticut law says they can stay off for the rest of the summer. Screw you if you freeze. It's not my fucking problem. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Landlord, but you know what? Let me ask what it says. That is really, really ridiculous to think that, since it's still been very cold in the morning, and some people, especially older people, may feel very chilled. Michelle likes it cool, but she doesn't want it so cold that the minute she gets out of bed, she regrets even putting her feet on the floor. Or for the matter for me, when we are trying to do things and the same problem occurs. And it's just crazy to think about that. But the thing that's most important, in the state of New York, they have a different law. It's similar, but it's not the same. Here's how it's similar. No, after a certain date, yeah, landlords have a little more flexibility. But in the daytime, no temperature in the building shall go below 60 degrees Frankenstein units. And at nighttime, no temperature shall drop below 50 Frankenstein units or 0 or 10 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, and if you do, you will be fined by the state of New York for violating New York general statutes. And that's something they need to update Connecticut's laws to consider. The fact is that the weather is changing. It's not staying as warm as it used to. As long as Michelle's landlord, my landlord, our landlord, is saying is, oh, I have the right to turn the heat off after April 15th. Sure you do. But you also have to keep in mind that in some cases, when the temperatures start dipping below 32 degrees Frankenstein units or 0 degrees Celsius, you're going to want to consider watching over your pipes to prevent your pipes from freezing. We've had nights here where it was down to about 3 degrees Celsius. And tonight it'll be down to about 9, so it's not quite as bad. But still, right now, since we don't have our electric fire anymore, because Michelle was literally belonged to Patty, Patty needed it back. Michelle gave it back to Patty because Michelle's heat was working correctly. Patty left to the Daryl's house. Now, when he turned it off, now Michelle needed the electric fire. Guess what? She couldn't use it because Patty didn't want to go into Daryl's house to get the heater because she's not getting along with Daryl. So it was like, oh, okay. So we need to get a new electric fire so he can heat this place up. So right now we were using the incandescent bulbs in the studio lights, not only for the studio lighting, but also for studio heating as well. Kind of a strange arrangement, but at least for the time works good. Then in the summertime, we will switch these over to the LEDs, and we'll be all set to go. For a complaint like suggested. You file complaints, you know what happens? Jimmy files evictions. So Michelle is not in the mood to start evictions procedures. However, other families in the units which have a newborn daughter have certainly told the landlord what they thought about his policies. So, did Michelle mention the landlord was fixing up empty apartments? You should move into the newly renovating apartments. Yeah, we could move into the newer apartments. But I don't know, with all the equipment that Michelle has in here, it would be really hard. The 3-bedroom downstairs, it's $850 to $900, and the one that he just fixed up, number 8, is about $725, I think. So at this point, it's not really like. It's doable, but then Michelle would have to transfer all the utilities over, the phone, the internet, everything. And by the time she's done doing that, well, yeah, just complicated. You know, would be very difficult to do it. Not impossible, but it's difficult. States that you cannot be evicted. Yeah, well, this landlord would find every way possible. But you know what? The point is, there's other tenants have already said that they're going to basically rattle his cage. So we're going to see somebody else basically. Michelle and I have been here long enough. Jimmy knows me. Jimmy knows me individually. He is scared the fuck of me. He does not like me because I will tell Jimmy where to go, and Jimmy knows it. Michelle may be a little more passive, but one time I got under his grill. I said to him, listen, Michelle is not sleeping with anybody else in that apartment. She's sleeping with me. And him and his wife recoiled. And were like, whoa, who are you? Lumi and Finistra. And I said, I share this body with Michelle. This is a 2-soul body. Michelle is my spouse. And you will respect that. And he just kind of, this is like about 4 years ago, he was like, oh shit, I'm not ready for that. He's respected Michelle ever since. He does not want to cross me. There's things I know about work and construction and wiring, and there are things Michelle knows about work, construction, and wiring. And together we share enough information that, one, we could seriously make him miserable if he ever tried to do anything bad. He could find himself dealing with a very irate building inspector very quickly. However, the good news is I am glad to say that his brother-in-law, which was a superintendent of a public housing unit, the PJs, he is highly talented. He's helping him do the plumbing and the wiring and the things like that. And that was a major improvement. And his brother, Kemet, knows Michelle. Kemet doesn't know me, but he knows Michelle. He likes Michelle. He said, Michelle, you're a nice, good person. I'm sorry my brother-in-law is such a stubborn asshole. And she's like, well, okay. Oh, well, you're a good person too. I said, but I'm trying to give him suggestions and he's sitting there giving me excuses. And he said, well, that's my brother for you. He's just stubborn. Kemet is Milka's brother. Okay. Really nice guy. Highly capable English-speaking person. Nice personality overall. Rumor has it, and it's a rumor, it's not substantiated, that Kemet, that's K-I-M-E-T, Kemet, may actually be one of the people possibly taking over the property. But it's at this point, it's all conjecture. We have not heard anything literally being said if Kemet is taking the property over or not from Jimmy. So we may actually be having a new sipper, if that's the case. So let's see. Toy Talker show comment. He says, if he has 2 empty units and bitching tenants, he isn't afraid of you have. He's thankful you are stupid enough to pay rent. Well, you know what? There's an advantage of staying here. And yesterday, if you watched Michelle's video on her channel, you could see what that is. First of all, Michelle's apartment has easy access to Cumberland Farms, easy access to CVS Pharmacy, easy access to McDonald's, easy access to the park, easy access to college, access to the soup kitchen, access to several pizzerias. She's centrally located on foot. She can go anywhere she wants to go, and she's totally capable of doing that. If she was living any further out in the sticks, oh yes, for $700 a month you get free heat, hot water included, even if the heat is in the wintertime. Hot water is year-round, and she's got a big, large backyard with a graveyard across the fence. So, if you want to look at tombstones, you can go over to the end of the 100-foot yard, and there's a whole graveyard of dead people, if that's your thing. It's not my thing, but we got access to a lot of resources. No, definitely not. No. I love what Country Report said. I'll read to you. It says, Lumia looks like she's going to read my palm and charge me $200. Toy Talker said, the Country Report that may very well happen. I don't know about that, but you know, the thing is that this show is being, and we still got about another hour. At least we're going to try to get another hour, and we're not going to do phone calls today because of the reason is that we're just getting started out here, and with the shakedown setup. I mean, I can't, because of these headphones. I mean, because of these earrings. Michelle had a problem when we put them on first. Her pierced ear holes kind of closed up a bit because Michelle hadn't worn earrings in so long. So she had to kind of get a little rough to get the piercing through, and it hurt. They were hurting really bad yesterday. No, they're not hurting, but the point is that so when we put the headphones on top of that, you get these earrings squashing against her skull, and it doesn't affect the hairpiece. It doesn't affect the hairpiece, but it does affect everything else. But this is a major step in the right direction for me. So let's talk real quickly about Michelle's channel, because I might as well, okay? Michelle's channel, she's a good person, and she really is a good person. She has a hard time with some things. She really cares about everybody, despite the BS that I have heard of saying that Michelle likes to throw people to the curb, and she's a mean, narcissistic, sadistic person. Michelle is none of that. When Michelle started out with YouTube, her whole channel was a way for her to express herself. And then at the time, me and Michelle were doing the show together, which I think was kind of challenging, and you guys know that. Then, in 2000, I think it was 2012, Google said to me, Google Plus said, "Hey, Lumi, why don't you start your own YouTube channel?" And I was like, what? Me? Okay. Oh, you Google Plus, give me the blessing, so why the fuck not? So I did. And so I already had my own email address, and I already had my own Google Plus account. And so that's how I got my channel started. It was completely independent from Michelle. That was the entire idea, was to have a channel that's completely separate. Because, like you can visualize this, what happens when two, or even Abigail, Brittany, Hansel, let's go back to them again. You can recognize, or even any identical twins for that matter. Okay? Same thing. You have identical twins, right? You know, there was Danny and Davy Gallo, which Michelle went to school with in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Let's just use them for example. The two looked almost close the same. You couldn't tell the difference between Danny and Davy Gallo. One sounded a little different than the other, but that's what the only difference. Danny and Davy Gallo would get confused because some people thought they were talking to Danny when they were talking to Davy, something they were talking to Davy when they were talking to Danny. So the two brothers had to find ways to change themselves so people could recognize who was who. So me and Michelle did the same thing as best we could. The voice was the first thing we worked on, specifically to make it easier to identify. That's how part of the problem when we were doing audio podcasts, you could hear the difference. But when we were doing videos, or if I was talking to Michelle something in the background, you couldn't tell, and you would say, "Oh, Michelle's talking to herself." No, Michelle's talking to me. But because of the fact is that we were only seeing one person on camera, people thought, "Oh, schizophrenia." No, it's not schizophrenia. Oh, then it's an ISP trait of imaginary friends. No, it's not imaginary friends. Well, then it's going to be some other DSM-5 thing. And that's when I said a couple of weeks ago, I said, "Michelle, I really think we need to work on trying to find a way to make us more autonomous. I mean, you and I know how you look at me in your mind's eye, what I look like. I want you to help me to reach that goal." And so she said, "Okay, what do you want to start with?" And I said, "Well, we already did the voice, but can we do something with the head?" And she said, "Okay, we can do something with the head. I want to look like the way you see me, the cute little brown-haired woman that you see in your hind's eye, in your spirit form." And so Michelle went ahead and we went on eBay together. We looked at hair pieces. And she said, "Well, I know you have like a short cropped hair like a bob." And she said, "I don't know if we're going to be as long as this, but you have that." So we started to look through the hair pieces. And she says, "I always thought you was a dark brown, but I don't know if our skin tone will work for a dark brown." And I said, "Well, I don't know if it'll work either, but we're going to have to try." And so then she saw this wig, and she said, it's you." Looking at the model, that they had, the foam head model. "That's you. That's Lumi. That's who I recognize." And I said, "Yep, that's me, all right." So it was not that expensive. The company is called, right here, I have the card right here in front of me. This is called the New Wave Fashion Wig. And this is 100% synthetic hair, original China, made in China. The model is TW142. Style is Bob. Medium wig. Color is 4A. So that's, if you want to look this up, that's the information for that. It's not that expensive, and it will give you a nice look. And there was longer ones. There were blonde ones, and Michelle showed you the white hair one that she bought a couple years ago. She thought, I'm going to try to simulate white hair. I'm going to go ahead and get the curly wig. I think it's going to be cool. Big friggin' disaster. Don't ever get that kind of wig. The hair is nasty. It snarls up. You can't even move. You can't do anything with it. You can't shape it. You can't hairspray it. You can't do anything. It was cheap, cheap, cheap. It was crappy. Absolutely disgusting. And it wasn't that cheap financially. That would cost more like $25. And she ended up basically throwing it in the closet and said, I'm never going to wear that thing. Ever. Seriously. I mean, that's what she said. That was one mistake. I should have never bought that. So once we saw this wig, she says, well, okay, we'll give this a go. We'll see if it works. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, oh well, we lost $10. And it does work. And it's been a good piece so far. But we're both kind of getting used to being, trying these new things. But we're creating new stuff. Let's see. It's a great location. It's falling apart. And around you, look at your floors and say, oh yeah, I know the landlord does already know about it. That's one of the things he's doing in the other apartments is what said he's going to start doing on mine. He's going to work on the ceilings. So yes, you're right. I mean, obviously, he could easily say, why don't you move your stuff into one of the apartments for the time being? You know, keep the phone switches in here. Just take one of your phones, put it in the apartment. But I don't know if he wants to do... let's see. Let's take a look at this. I gotta run. My work team has a question. No doubt. A stupid question, but nonetheless, that's not uncommon. Hazy Days said, probably want to know the handicap parking should be front or not. You know, lots of questions about you talking about handicap parking. I know that almost every single handicap parking is always the first row of cars in a larger parking like the one in Walmart, which is great. But because depending on where how the person gets in and out of the wheelchair lift, they may have maybe two parking spaces next to it for like the lift and stuff. But I don't really know how that's going to work. Never got into that. So, the first question is how is this show doing? I have no idea. Oh, well, I didn't get many nasties. That's a start. It's good. I didn't get nasties. We got 7 viewers right now. Alright, so we got plenty of time, guys. We got at least about let's try to get in another 20 minutes. It's already 3:28, or 3:08, but let's try to get in another 20 minutes at least. If anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, this could be a great time for you to do them. By the way, are we going to do the phones? Soon, very soon. Right now, I'm still getting acclimated to this hair, and once I get everything working correctly and smoothly, then yeah, we will start taking calls. Absolutely. That's what we're gonna do. So, and let's see. No. So, just taking a look here at the comments. Me and Michelle share the same account here 40 minutes ago. Lumi, I'm leaving. Can't take it anymore. I don't know what she means by that, but we'll have to find out briefly. Okay. Oh, I see why. Yeah. But I mean, the point is that as far as the drama goes, let's get back to that real quick. There's a group of people on Discord, and some of the chats on YouTube that are into the drama scene, and like me and Michelle said, is we don't want to go with the drama stuff because that absolutely drives us totally apeshit. We love to talk to everybody, we really do, but keep the drama stuff at home because we don't need that. On my channel, I'm not going to get too much into that. Okay? Because the drama is the pits. I'll be honest, I go on Michelle's Discord, and all of a sudden I'm seeing all this infighting among a few select people, and it's like, why would I want to sit through this? Michelle said the same thing. Why do I want to sit through this? It's like, why aren't you focusing on the content or something that we normally cover, like the news articles I share, or maybe some of the artwork that Jennifer J's been putting up. Instead, this group of people are talking about another channel called Mama Best World and Vinny G. And I don't know anything about Vinny G. I did see you with Michelle, Mama Best World. But we're like, how in the hell could anyone want to sit there and watch a 3-hour show that's like a telenovela? You really seriously want to sit through a telenovela? I mean, he said this to that one, and then she said something to him back, and then we find out that she broke up with that one because he was sleeping with somebody else? Or, that's ridiculous. It's like, look, I'm not in the mood to go there. I'm not interested in that any more than Michelle is. Let's focus on the content, or, the fun stuff. We can do fun stuff. Well, that's what I'm going to be working on. What I mean by fun stuff? Well, for one thing, is I'm trying to identify myself and become more autonomous. Is what am I learning as I try to create new content from an outside perspective? Now, I'm still working with Michelle. Michelle will still work with me to help me to learn these new skills. But how much is how do you do a certain look so that you get respected and are appreciated versus a look where you're basically are just looking like another person, just basically playing a game character or something. How do you make people want to feel comfortable with your content? Now, one of the things that's the difference between me and Michelle's channel is this. Michelle's channel is so established that everybody knows Michelle's channel. Everybody, including Ruben, whatever, Toy Talkers, and many others, know Michelle's channel. It has been there since 2010, actually, July of 2010. So clearly, Michelle was the main focus of her content. Of course, being she's a North American Snow Queen, and that is something to be proud of. You don't get too many people understand how important it is to be the North American Snow Queen. But gotta admit, this is really a new challenge for me too, and that's definitely a really major deal. So it looks to me that I'm surprised that no one has any questions. Really. I know. You see me flip my hair back. Let's see. So I do have a Discord also, and it's very, very exclusive, and it focuses on mainly very limited and easy to handle categories and topics, and that's what we're doing. We're not going through and doing all these complicated and fancy things and listening to every potential thing and doing a million phone calls and trying to explode like Michelle did. Michelle started out with a simple idea. She went from 0 to 60 in less than a year. And did the equivalent of smash into the wall. And she went bam, like that. It's like, because all of a sudden she had a great idea when she started. And then she said, oh, I need a new camera, I need new lights, I need a new microphone, I need new sets, I need new clothing, I need new makeup, I need. All of a sudden, she depletes her funds, has absolutely, and then she's got a whole boxes of all this new gear, and she's like, now what? And then, of course, some people looked at what she was doing and started laughing and going, oh my God, this is a low-cow. Now this is going to be fun. Now we got someone you can tease for their lack of, knowledge that they're basically a moron. But I can assure you, Michelle's not a moron. But if you ever look at what she does off camera, she can take almost anything, and make it happen with it. Whatever it is. Me, I can do some similar stuff, but the camera has always been a vexing thing, especially this one. Why does it sometimes not make good connections? Is there something wrong with the BNC plugs? Is there something wrong with the connectors? I don't know. Is it because they're cheap Chinese pieces of shit? I think that's some of it, because some connectors seem to have really good BNC connectors that really grab really well, and some BNC connectors don't even lock down without a fight. So the connection can be very problematic at best. Quite different than when you're dealing with, say, something like F connectors for cable television, which screw in and you can actually hand tighten them, and you can even use a small wrench and snug them up. But these BNC connectors, they're just basically, they slip in and then you lock in place. But sometimes the center pin can still work loose in the connection, and then you only got is the ground and you have no signal. And that's what I was saying problems with earlier. So these connectors are a little bit less durable. It's just the nature of the thing, I guess. It's not impossible. So, let's see. Oh my God. What is this? Oh my God, Kurt. Wait, when is this out? She is aware it's not real. What's this? There ain't real to Michelle. Oh my God. Oh, this is totally, just again, the drama team are up there. Oh my God. Yeah. This is just the kind of thing that just makes me seriously question the sanity of the internet sometimes. And if you're wondering what I'm laughing at, you guys can go to the Discord chat on Michelle's channel. It's hilariously funny. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Alright, so obviously no one's here right now, And I mean, there's 6 people here and they're just watching. So why don't I just go ahead and do the wrap up. And let's talk about real quick what we're going to do in the near future. First of all, I want to thank every single one of you who watched this show. This is the first time with the new wig and the eyebrow pencil and everything. But this was a major milestone for me. And Michelle and I are both going to be working on different content on our different channels. We are going to do a few crossovers, but I think that it would be awesome to work on the special effects that we mentioned, and we're going to try to do that because I think that'd be fun. That's always saying that Margaritaville together ahead of time was so that we could actually do the video part of it next. Either on the couch or maybe possibly simulating, since it has to do with a beach scene, maybe get some actual live videos of people sitting in the beach and similar to what we did during the Mele Kalikimaka one. That's when Michelle did that one. Was, of course, the 3 of us were all repeats of the same person, and they were all synchronized at the same time. That was kind of a neat trick. But in this case, it would be me and Michelle individually would be singing Margaritaville. And so obviously we want to have a nice set where we look like we're singing Margaritaville, maybe on a beach, maybe a barbecue, or like Jimmy Buff talks about on a front porch swing. And that's going to be fun. And like Toy Talker said, it's not an impossible effect to do. But here's where it gets to be a problem, is Universal Music going to let Michelle use that as a cover? Or is Sony Universal going to be telling her that she can't present the music anywhere and then it's black worldwide or something like that? So we need to check the license. We're not trying to steal Jimmy Buffett's rights to a song, of course not. In fact, he'd be singing along with us. Unless it would be kind of cool if he actually had a video with him singing on the beach with his guitar, and then we could basically overlay him with us and be kind of cool. But I don't know if we can do that or not, but we'll try. So but these are experiments that we're going to do. And lastly, my show will be on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not going to do right now, at this time, being 2 shows a week, because I don't think I have enough content to do 2 shows a week, just as Michelle does have 2 shows a week. But she was thinking about possibly doing a 3rd show, but she decided, nah, I'm not doing a 3rd show. It's not worth it because it's too much aggravation. But because this show is at 2 o'clock and it's on the Wednesday, Michelle usually schedules her doctor's appointments, hair appointments, things like that on Wednesdays in the afternoon. So there will be days when my show will be later in the day. Okay? So check your local listings and make sure you know when the show will be. Obviously, since these are appointments, we can tell you in advance so that you can let you know which days when the shows will be previously at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock Eastern Time. We do the 2 o'clocks specifically to allow the people in the UK to have a chance to be a part of the action, and that's what we do. It's better than having them miss out, because the majority of Michelle's audience members are from the UK, and of course some Americans as well may also enjoy having the shows at 2 o'clock. Of course, since my show is 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, it's not necessarily going to work out too well for a lot of people on the East Coast, because like Ruben whatever said, he was still on the job site. And so because of that, he could not interact as well as he could if we actually were later in the day. I may do later night shows, like the ones like the vlogs Michelle does, and that is a definite fact. You will see that. Somebody's person asked me one time, they said, "Are you going to go out in public with this hair like this?" Answer is it all depends on a variety of things. One, what would be the reason behind that? Two is it necessarily going to be for trying to promote my channel? Maybe. If it's to basically scare the hell out of everybody? No. But the whole point is that I want to promote my channel, and Michelle wants me to promote my channel, and I want to promote my channel too. So, yes, I have to find a way to promote my channel. Would I wear this hairpiece and do a vlog at McDonald's? Yeah, it could happen. Would I wear this hairpiece to do a vlog at the soup kitchen? Again, it could happen too. It all depends on the circumstances and, of course, how hot it is. Please understand, this is a wig on a wig cap underneath it. It gets hot under this, and it can be really, really miserable. I think what we need to do is, next time, is we need to raise this piece up here a little higher, which we can do, but I'm not going to do it now because we're so fucked up. But maybe raise the wig up a little bit so that Michelle has a high brow. It's like up here, okay? This is where her brow would be. So she has, her hair is like starts to come out right here, and this here is hair is coming all the way down here. So, by the way, her hairdresser said that she would be willing to adjust this hairpiece if necessary. So yeah, it could be adjusted if it needs any kind of trim work. So you keep that in mind. Let's see, what's the latest news here? Probably okay. I'm at work. Just shut my door. You could go to the soup kitchen as Michelle and go back as Lumi and eat twice. Michelle's walking ability would be, Michelle could technically do that anyway, if she really wanted to. Here's the thing. I think it was Toy Talker said this. He says, you and Michelle have a notorious habit of that you guys are using the same type of talking in idioms. And that's going to be harder to change since we share a lot of the same dialogue and speech centers of the brain. So, but I am going to have to work on making my mannerisms enough different from Michelle to not totally confuse the hell out of everybody. So we'll have to see how that goes with that. And so for next week is I will be here on 2 o'clock Wednesday. Okay, Eastern Time. Michelle's schedule is Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. My show is Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. All shows are 7 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I welcome your comments. I welcome your suggestions. I certainly do hope that you will like, and I do hope you will subscribe. And of course, if you have topic ideas, don't be afraid to leave them below. If you ever need to email me, it's lumifinistra@gmail.com. So that is lumifinistra@gmail.com. I know, it sounds like a train starting up, right? That's kind of cute thing. I didn't even realize that. All right. So for now, don't be going out in that way. Why would you say that? That's what puzzles me. If you are a two persons, that is typical. Even young children have different speech patterns and phrases they use. Just saying. So, Kirsty, why would you say you don't go out in that wig? Lumi does not leave. Oh, no. Yes, I do. I do leave the house. Michelle and I have been known to quietly have lunch together. We talk through what they call clairaudience or sotto voce. We don't actually necessarily talk out loud like if I was talking to Michelle across the table kind of loud, but we talk internally. We speak to each other without even speaking out loud. So yeah, we could wear this wig, and you probably, as long as Michelle and I agreed that I was going to be me only and not try to alternate between Michelle and me, then we'd be fine. But if you try to go out there in public and carry on a dialogue back and forth, then we'd be just as screwed up as if Michelle was walking around with her natural hair and you'd be going, what the hell? Let's see. Lumi does not leave. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But like I said, we are going to work on trying to provide some anonymity. It's going to be a challenge because there's so many things to know and do. Right now, this is just getting the start of the whole channel thing. But I think we did a really good job for today. And I think that you guys had a good time. I know I did. And I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK time. Don't forget to leave comments below, and I will see all of you next Wednesday. And I will read your comments like I always do. I mean, with Michelle and I read comments on each other's channel also, so we alternate back and forth. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye everybody.